Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning magazine with another look at Slade, because yes, those wonderful people at BMG have made 2 more Slade albums available on Splatter vinyl, and every time I do one of these and my Slade collection on vinyl gets a little bit bigger, I always kind of recap and show you what else is there. Some of you think, oh, for God's sake, Phil, just show us the new stuff. I will do that. You can fast forward. But it's Slade. I'm not going to take my time, but I'm just going to go through, because some of you will have missed out on some of these earlier releases, and do you know what? As each one of these comes out, my love for the band Slade, it just gets deeper and bigger and wider and all the time. So, not in the right order, but the order of the albums came out rather than the way that the Splatter vinyl ones came out. Last time I think I spoke about Ambrose Slade. Do you remember this one? And just to remind yourselves, have you got sunglasses on? This was that one. Oh, look at that. Slade need to be loud and proud, don't they? And that was Ambrose Slade. Fantastic. What came next? Slade Alive came next. I think this one worked the best with Splatter vinyl, which was there. Oh, look at that. Great stuff. And then it was Slade, which is similar, I think, to the first one I showed you. Brilliant. And then it was Sladist. I think this was a good one as well. This one came with a booklet. Yeah, I think Sladist was good. Brilliant. And then it was Old New Borrowed and Blue, which was blue and red, I think. Actually, this was a good one. Oh, fantastic. And then there was Slade in Flame. Bear with, I know. You can always fast forward. Slade in Flame, which was, again, yellow and red. And then Nobody's Falls, which had an inner sleeve, kind of white and red. And then, nearly there, Slade at Reading. I was there at Slade at Reading. Orange and red. Nearly there now. Kamikaze thingy, amazing kamikaze thingy, which came within a sleeve as well, because it was at that period in time when things did orange, barely splatter. Which brings us up to date with these latest 2 editions. And what are they? I'm going to do this one first. Till Death Do Us Part. Slade at Reading again. And this one is in, well, you can see it on the screen actually, spinning round, white and black splatter vinyl. That's the first time that combination has appeared. Very much a rock album, isn't it, this one? New wave of British heavy metal was around and was kicking ass, and Slade arrived. Look at Dave Hill. Back where he truly belonged. Back where the whole band truly belonged. And this was the album, wasn't it, that brought them back into our lives again. They hadn't been away for that long, really. We'd all grown up with Slade, the singles, and then some of us had seen that as an apprenticeship towards the grown-up big boys bands of Zeppelin, Purple, Sabbath, etc. And we'd Slade went away in the background, perhaps, for many of us. And then, after 2 days of Reading, hearing everyone say, put your hands together, let's go crazy, all of us were tired, saturated with the same kind of clap-along stuff, and everyone trying to outdo each other with guitar solos. And so in the middle of a summer's day, we found ourselves singing Merry Christmas, everybody, because Slade had returned, and like a breath of fresh air, showed us what fun was again. And this album sits there, so it's great. Mahatma Coat is a great instrumental introduction to It's Your Body, Not Your Mind, but it shows just how the band were. It's fantastic. Rock and Roll Preacher, Hallelujah, I'm on Fire, Lock Up Your Daughters, Till Death Do Us Part, Ruby Red, She Brings Out the Devil in Me, Let's Rock and Roll, Out of Control, that was No Lady, that was my wife. Little Sandwich Nancy until Death Resurrected. Great stuff. Now, the other one in this series of latest releases is this. This is live at the New Victoria in 1975. And this is on blue and white splatter vinyl. And it's a double album. It's the first one in this reissue series, which is a double album. And it was, of course, first appeared on this little box set. And you remember I reviewed this, and I did have some criticisms about the fact that you didn't have any information about where it's recorded, who mixed it, who produced it, or whatever else. You still don't. You do have wonderful pictures of the guys in the middle, and a little bit more detail in the fact that who wrote the songwriting credits, perhaps, and saying thank you to Slade themselves and the management and project consultancy, photo credits, etc. But again, nobody's saying who recorded it, where it's recorded exactly, or you know what I mean. The kind of things you normally get engineered by, remastered by. Is that suspicious? Does that mean it's kind of like bootleg? No. Some of the audience microphones may have been in the wrong position. What I say by that is the audience isn't overwhelming at all. In fact, the audience is very quiet for a Slade audience. We all know from going to see Slade or listening to Slade live, the audience were wild. So in every day when, Noddy's asking people to sing along and he's saying, they're singing along really quietly, it's because I think the mics were probably pointing in the wrong direction. But I'd rather have it that way round than the fact that the mics on the stage weren't working, because the band themselves are on fire. This is great. Them Kind of Monkeys, Can't Swing, The Banging Man, Goodbye to Jane, Far, Far Away, Thanks for the Memory, How Does It Feel? How Does It Feel is absolutely awesome. It's just a little bit, and every day is so heartfelt and gut-wrenchingly angsty, life as it was back then. Bloody brilliant. Okay, Yesterday Was Yesterday, Raining in My Champagne, Let the Good Times Roll. There's some great rock and roll here. Mum, We're All Crazy Now. And there was also a solo section with Dave Hill, just plays on his own. Great player, He didn't really have many times to shine like that, but he was damn good player, and all of them. Noddy Holder's voice on this is just absolutely fantastic. Jim Lee, his bass playing is brilliant. It's just all of them. Don Hill on drums, the whole band. I think it's not an overly long live double album, but they've made sure they haven't crammed it onto one single vinyl album, which would have impacted on the probably quality of the recording. But this, if you're a Slade fan and you've been collecting all of these albums on Splatter vinyl, then this is essential. This is absolutely essential. What should BMG do next? Because it seems to be a bit haphazard. It's almost like their search beam is thinking, will we make money on that one? That sold better than we thought. Perhaps we'll do another one. We're going to stop there. We won't do any more. Because I did think they were going to stop after Old New Bar and Blue, wasn't it? I think I'd heard they were going to stop, and they didn't. And then they've done Kamikaze, which was right up the front end, back end of the career, maybe because they thought it got the hits on it, and then they've rolled back to Deaf To Us part. And this one, they thought, well, maybe we could put that one out. It's never been on vinyl before. To me personally, now that we're at this stage, I would love to have What Happened to Slade as the next one, because that's kind of achingly missing, isn't it? And I think as Slade fans have collected these, because there's 10 now, isn't there, I think, the more you get them, the more you're thinking, whatever they bring out next, I'm going to get that. So for the marketing people at BMG, actually, you can do the others now, because we're invested. We've invested in these now, so we will get them. So I think Whatever Happened to Slade has got to be the next one. It's the missing one from the 70s, isn't it? Okay, some of you will say, what about Slade Alive 2? I'm going to count. Yes, let's include that, because that wasn't even on here. Now, I know there's some rumours about saying how live they ever was, but there's lots of albums out there that probably weren't as live as they ever were. But Slade Alive 2 belongs, I think. For collectors, I think people will go for that. So Whatever Happened to Slade and Slade Alive 2 should be in the radar area of the next Slade Splatter vinyl ones, please. And I know there are other ones from the 80s, but if we can't have that, then whatever happened to Slade has got to be in there, I think. But that is now, and it's fantastic. It really, really is great. It's a great Slade live album, and I know Slade on stage will probably be on the list as well, won't it? But this is great. It's raw, it's not bootleg quality, it's live, it's fantastic. And of course this one, where Slade proved that they were back and they meant business, and they certainly did. So thank you very much for watching, thank you for being here. Please subscribe, share and tell your friends all about Now Spinning Magazine. Become a patron or YouTube member, or support me via Ko-fi. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor, and we need Slade in these dark times. We need Slade, and this is some great Slade to have around you. Take care, keep sending us this, and I shall see you all very, very soon.